Yeah. Um, okay, so I just hit record. So, Carol, what are your goals for August? Your individual goals?
Well, I wrote all of these down, and we kind of talked about some of them, but I want to get to Emerald. I'm going to get to
Ooh,
Emerald this month.
yes.
And oops, did I hit that? I might have hit that. And then I want to, because I want to get leads. I mean, although I'm not the leads, I'm not worried about because I hear good and bad about them. But
Leads
I
are
just,
nice, though. I've had
yeah,
really good ones, and most of them are not very good, but I've had some really good ones. So,
if I get one or two good ones, that's good.
yes, absolutely.
And then I just think it's going to propel me,
Yes.
because that's what I'm really wanting it to do. Um,
Yes, for sure.
I want to I want to help a minimum of 8 people, but I'm willing to go up to 15 or however many. But yeah, definitely 15 if I can get that. That's
So
my
you want to
goal.
help 15 people this month?
Yeah.
And what's your define when you say help 15 people?
Well, I want to help them reach their nutrition and fitness goals. I also want to help them just to feel good about themselves, how they are, because I find that particularly as we age, we're like
Mhm.
thinking about all of the wrinkles and all of the
Absolutely.
I can't do this because of my medication or my age or my whatever. There's a number of reasons, they've gotten so heavy that, okay, well, I don't think I can keep up. And then,
Yes.
especially if I did Shift Shop, you can see all of the people who are heavy on those programs and who are doing it. And I
Yes.
want them to conquer their fears so that they can build some confidence.
Yes, for sure.
That's
For
my
sure. That's awesome. So you want to help 15 people this month.
goal.
And
I
does
mean,
that
that's
mean
that's my maximum. My minimum is 8.
okay, 8 to 15 people. And does that mean with like challenge packs or in general? How do you measure that?
I want it to be challenge packs, all access.
Okay.
I've done the back and forth before, and I know that that's why I wasn't successful, is that I had different people on different plans, really no one doing Shakeology for the full time. And
Yep.
I know the value of it, so I want people to embrace it. And I'm just going to stick firm to that.
Yeah.
And just pray to God that I still get those 8 people that are really, because I know for me that if I don't do the whole thing, I'm not committed, and I'm not going to see
Exactly.
the goals. I'm not going to
I
reach.
totally agree.
Yeah. So that's really why I want to stay focused on all access.
Yep.
I see the value in it. I want to show them the value in it.
Absolutely. And I agree. Whenever I let my guard down and they're like, oh, I'm just going to do the 14-day free trial and I work with them for 14 days, they don't do anything, like they really don't try because it's free and it's 2 weeks and they just don't think that in 2 weeks they can see a difference. So they just don't even try. But when they invest in themselves and they actually pay money for a challenge pack, then they really try and
Yeah.
they try hard. So it's true, and I believe fully in our products and the whole cycle of fitness, nutrition, and support. I believe it.
Right.
So it's not like I'm just trying to sell them something. It's like, this is what I believe in and this is what works. So
Agree.
absolutely. Cool. So
Keep being
Emerald,
good at that.
yeah. So how many do you have a coach under you yet? I thought you said you have one.
I just have one, and she's like
Okay.
my only consistent customer for the last year and a half. And
Awesome.
yeah, and she just became my coach in March, I think it was.
Okay.
And she struggled with some of the same things that I struggle with. And that's because I don't have a really great, I've watched videos and what have you, but I don't have the best onboarding. I'm a good person.
Hard.
And I feel like I'm a good coach,
Mm-hmm.
very helpful with her. But I need to get a better onboarding program put together to really
Yeah.
help her. I sent her to Coach Basics. I sent her to 81.
Yes.
And she kind of,
81 is fantastic.
yes, but I don't think she gave it her all. And I think she did things that I did. She's very much like me, but like 30 years
Uh
younger. And
huh.
she did things like in conversations she had with people, she was convincing them, which is something I've been guilty of too.
We all have. Yeah.
Right. And it's a learning process.
Yep.
And then her group, she did do a couple of groups, and she didn't have very many people talk, and because they weren't committed. And so I really need to figure out a way to onboard her better at this point, because she did join a Team Cup with your friend.
Oh, good. I wondered if that's who you tagged. That's why I tagged my friend. I was like, oh, cool.
I'm so grateful. And I asked your team for help. I said, I told her what we're doing, that we're doing a Zoom call, asked her to reach out and ask. The problem is that she is a little bit lazy. And her nervousness about doing this was she doesn't have the time, which she only works really part-time as a teacher.
Okay.
So she does have the time.
Yep.
When she gets home, she doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So
and next, hi Cooper. Sorry. Aw. We're dog sitting, and this dog is like a mama's boy. He's just attached to me, and I'm in my office, and this is the first time I've been down here since dog sitting. So he was upstairs crying, I guess.
Aww, so sweet. I miss my mommy, but you're my
and like laziness, I feel a lot of times is caused by a lack of why, like maybe she hasn't dug deep enough into why she wants this, because we all have those days where we don't want to do anything. And the only thing that gets us going is our passion and our why. So maybe connecting with another group of coaches that's different than what she's already met, maybe that will help her reconnect with her why.
I pray to God it will.
Yeah. And if not, then, you can't make a coach succeed. If anything that I've learned, if a coach wants to succeed, they will do it on their own, myself included. Like Anita Myron is my upline, and I joined when she was still an Emerald. She was just an Emerald coach. So I didn't have an onboarding process. None of us did. And she still has us, like we call ourselves the originals, her first 6 diamonds that are still with her. And we did it on our own with her, So we just had a passion, and so did she, and we just all ran together. So that's what it takes. And then the one diamond that I have on my team, I feel guilty saying that I'm a star diamond, because I feel like I didn't do anything, because she came in and she did it, and so I agree. It is good to have a good onboarding process and to keep helping our coaches, but there comes a point when you can't make somebody do something.
I agree.
It's up to them.
Like convincing. It's almost like I'm convincing a customer. I can't convince her.
And it's because we care about them, and we know how much it can help them, and we want them to feel what we feel. But yes.
And we had a conversation last week. I talked to her, literally, I talk to her every week, and I've been doing that since the beginning, and that's why she selected me as a coach. I literally found her on the Team Beachbody site under the message boards.
Oh my gosh.
And she had 2 other coaches prior to me, and she didn't connect well with them. And we started talking, and pretty right off the bat, I told her, I said, I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you, but I feel like you want to reach your goals, but you're making excuses.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be honest. Mm-hmm. And I said, I want to help you, but I can't help you if you don't want to help you.
Right.
And so I said, when you're committed, I'm here. And that lit a fire under her belly. She was
good.
Like, and so when we talked about Team Cup, her biggest thing was, I don't know if I have the time to commit. I don't want to let anyone down. And I said, that those are things you want to share with the team.
Yeah.
Have them really open.
Yeah. Being open with herself, realizing that those are just her own limiting beliefs.
They are.
Her own self telling herself she can't do it. She's already setting herself up for failure, instead of setting herself up for success. So personal development is huge, especially for a new coach. For everybody, but learning to change your mindset is really hard, and something that she'll have to dive into for sure. Hold on just a second. There's one lady that I'm waiting. She wants to sign up. I'm waiting for her to message me her email. So you want to help 8 people and you want to get to Emerald. I have a feeling you'll get there for sure.
Get there for sure. I mean, I have another, I mean, I'm going to put my niece on as that coach and I'm going to buy a challenge pack, but I need to be able to make enough money to pay myself for that and then some.
Yeah.
And the same for my coaches. She is really in a financial situation where she can't pay for her health insurance and she's desperately seeking different, not shiny new objects,
Yes.
To help with that. And so I said to her, I said, I understand. And maybe that should be your why right now.
Yeah.
You need to focus. Let me help you. Let's help one another.
Yeah.
Your goal so that you can pay for your health insurance.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. And that is something that will keep her going because it's almost a frantic type thing. Like to me, what motivates me more is like pain points, being, top 10 or something, that doesn't motivate me. What motivates me is thinking that I'm going to go bankrupt or something, like something scary is what motivates me to work harder. So sometimes that's a good thing. So what about you, Carol? What are your strengths as a coach?
My strengths as a coach, and I know that this sounds like not many because I'm still struggling with some of the other things, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
My strengths are that I'm posting on a regular basis on Facebook, Instagram, and my life page. I'm doing more lives on
yes.
And I am I'm friendly, I'm outgoing, I'm personable. So I feel like I'm relatable.
Yeah.
So I feel like, those were the only strengths I listed. It was, how, when you think about it,
it's really hard to list your own strengths.
It really is.
But I'm easy to list your weaknesses, but it's hard to list your strengths.
Yeah, my weakness list is much longer.
So what do you feel your weaknesses are?
Well, we talked about this before. I have not done a video ad, and I haven't done video editing. Like the little bit I've done, I clipped the wrong places. Like I just can't seem to pinpoint it right. So I'm not sure if that's an app issue or if that's just a knowledge issue. I've watched all kinds of videos and everything, and
it is really confusing. Yeah.
Yeah, it throws me off. And then I'm like, okay, well, that didn't come out right. And then I just get fed up because I spend so much time working on it that I just give up.
Yeah.
And then so the video ads and the verbiage.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next thing would be keeping my groups active. And this is the same for Aisha. She hasn't been able to get people to comment in the group and participate and just even show up. She might have a group of 5 people and then one person views it. And I've had that happen. And it even though I responded inappropriately, kind of like the girl that did on Who Knows a Guy yesterday, I think it was, or Friday, I was focused on me and all that I was doing to help them. And I'd asked them if what I could do. I noticed that people weren't participating. What can I do to help? Mm-hmm. But I got no one to view it. So I'm like, well, I don't know what else to do to get people to view it. So
Have you messaged them personally?
I did.
Okay.
I did, kind of like that lady did. And I just said, is there any way I can help you? And people just wouldn't respond. And I thought, okay. And for me, I guess I'm just learning that I just was not attracting committed people. I just wasn't.
Yeah. Or they're just not ready to be committed, Well,
true. That's true. Mm-hmm. So it's, for me, I need to recognize the difference when I'm talking with them. Like, okay, I need to know, and I need to lay out, like, I don't know if I do this on my VIP page or if I do this on another form, but I need to lay out what the expectations are in the group.
Right. That is helpful because people like to be held accountable.
It's true, but I did that once and I had no one participate in the group at all.
I know. Groups are really hard.
I'm like, okay, well, all right. So then once I they were all excited until I put the rules in, and then they were like, okay, see ya.
Yeah. Yeah. Groups I've had dud groups and I've had really active groups. Oh. Hold on. I think my dog's chasing my cat. Hold on. Just
No.
Hey, Cooper. Come here, Cooper. You stay in here by me, okay? Here. Okay. He was.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so I've had either way too, and we'll talk about weaknesses and strengths all together. That's kind of why I wanted people to list them so that we could help each other, with our weaknesses and strengths. So what else did you have written down, if anything?
Follow-up. Sometimes I'm good at follow-up and other times I'm not. I had a friend who told me, we were talking on the beach on the 4th of July weekend, and she mentioned she wanted PIO. And I said, oh, well, I can help you. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And she said, okay. And she said, send me the information. And I talked to my success partner about, how to go about that conversation so that I'm not just getting here's a link. But
yeah,
she said she's already given you buying signals, so you needed to send her the link. So
yeah,
I sent her the link and I just said, here is what all's included with the all access. Like, this is the best value for everything.
Yes.
When I sent her that link, I never heard anything. So then we had talked about something else having to do with her husband who has cancer and she's dealing with that. So I sent her the information about that and said, did you have an opportunity to take a look at the link? And let me know if you have any questions. And then I just kind of talked about her husband and the things that she's going through. And then after that, and that's been, a couple weeks, I think I did that last week. And then just a couple days ago, I sent her another email, just like a instant message, almost like a voicemail message. Just saying, I just wanted to check in with you. How's everything going with your husband? Did you reach out to my friend who's beat cancer naturally? And I know that you mentioned that you're interested in PIO. How did that link work out for you?
Mm-hmm.
And I just left it at that, and just let me know, how I can help.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything back, so that's all I can do.
I think that's really good. I usually keep it to 2 or 3 follow-ups, and if they don't respond to any of those, I take it as what Jim termed it as a soft no. I liked that word. I move on, and I don't bring it up again, especially if it's a good friend, because you don't want to make the friendship weird where they think you're going to bring it up every time you see each other.
Right. That's something I don't want.
Yeah. And honestly, if her husband is going through cancer right now, it might be something that she wants to do, but it just might not be the right time.
It's very true.
And if he brought it up to you already and you followed up, then, if you want to follow up one more time, you could say, I know you're going through a lot right now, so this is the last time I'm going to mention it. But if you need help with that PIO, let me know. But if it's not the right time, that's fine too. I won't bring it up again. I'll just wait for you to ask again. And kind of just tell it how it is, and then she'll realize, okay, so I'll go to Carol when I'm ready. And she will. Friends do that. So
it's true. And I think that that's what I've struggled with in the past, is having those conversations that gives them the out, to where they don't feel like pigeonholed into it.
Yes.
I need to be able to do that without convincing them to go the opposite direction, but just still say, hey, I understand. It sounds like you might be really busy or you got a lot on your plate. I get it.
Yes. Because those people will come back. If you lead with a genuine heart and you realize, okay, this is not a good time for this person, and you lead genuinely like that, they will come back to you. True. It might be a year, it might only be a couple months, but they do. It's crazy how people just come. It's like, okay, remember a year ago when we were talking? I'm ready now. And it's like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah,
so, always just lead with your heart.
It's true.
Yes.
Well, my other 2 struggles are, I post every day on Instagram and Instagram stories, but it's the engagement. Like, I'm not getting engagement. And the very few I do, I haven't been very good at re-engaging them. I need to work on that.
Okay.
And then Pinterest. I I have a lot. When I did the first accountability, kick-ass accountability group, pardon my language, KA.
That's fine. Yeah.
You know, and even the 2.0. I was really doing blogs and Pinterest and YouTube.
Good. I haven't done any of the KA groups yet.
Well, I have done it, but the problem is that I got so consumed with doing that I felt like I wasn't consistent with the business part of it.
Yeah.
So I got invited. In fact, my success partner said, "Are you going to do this mastermind group?" And I said, "You know what? I want to, but no, because I need to really focus on my business. Yes, I need to attract people through YouTube and blogs and going live and Pinterest and Instagram, but I can't."
That's a lot.
That's too much. I need to really focus on a few things right now, and then
keep it simple, silly. You know, like the KISS method is like my method. That's how I do it. And like I did 81 and I love it. So I've simplified it. I've made it kind of my own. And eventually when I've got that hammered out, then I will do KA and, you know, see how that changes. But I'm going to get into a groove first with this and then add in another, you know, just one thing at a time is all I can handle.
Same for me. I feel bad because I told my success partner at the end of at the 2.0, I got behind in my blogs. Although my blogs did help attract, and my Facebook lives are helping attract people. People are telling me,
"Oh, good.
You're inspiring me."
Yeah. I mean, it works. I absolutely agree. Yes.
It does. And my videos, the problem is that for some reason, well, I stopped uploading the videos to YouTube because I kept thinking I got to go back and look under YouTube and get, you know, what is the best title, and then I got to put in the description, and then I got to and so all of that had me overwhelmed.
Yes.
So now I'm behind, and I tried to upload some videos last week, and not one would upload. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So I've got to figure that out.
I've had that before with YouTube, and usually if I log out and then log back in, it helps on YouTube.
Trying to think if I did that because I think someone else said the same thing.
Yeah, I've had YouTube has given me issues every now and then too. I usually figure it out, and I don't know how. Usually just tinkering around. I don't know.
True. Well, and I think more of my audience probably is going to be on Pinterest than they are on Instagram.
Okay.
So that's why I want to get the Pinterest done. But
yes,
I've got to create cover photos. I don't have very good cover photos for my Pinterest groups, and I don't have all of my blogs written. Like literally, I've done so many videos that my blogs aren't caught up to them. So when Chaz talks about batching, I'm way beyond batching. I have way more videos than I do.
I can't even I haven't even started any of that. I haven't even dabbled in Pinterest yet because that's a lot of work. Not that I can't do the work, but I know that when I dedicate myself, it's going to be dedicated, you know, so I want to have everything else in order first. But so for me, my audience is on Instagram. So that's where we're going to differ. I would, if I were you. Does Curtis have a Pinterest training then?
It's a very simple Pinterest training.
Okay.
It's a great Pinterest training. So, and I did do, what is her name? The girl with the frozen food thing. I did her Pinterest training.
Okay. Yep.
And it was very simple, but I
think you know what you need to do. It sounds like you know what you need to do. It's just finding the time and the system to get you organized enough to do it. You know, there's a system that you're going to have to find. And that's one of my strengths. I'm a system person. Like, I don't work without a system. My brain malfunctions if I don't have a strict to-do list and an order of a process. And so I create systems for everything. And that's one of my biggest strengths. My biggest weakness is I don't function without a system. So that's why I'm like, okay, one thing at a time. I went through 81. I'm creating my own system with that. I'm doing good. I feel like it's getting there, but I'm not going to move on until I'm ready. That system is in place. So, and then one of my other weaknesses, for sure, is consistency with follow-ups as well.
Mhm.
I love talking to people, and I'll talk to people all day long,
Me
but
too.
follow-ups still scare me because I feel like I'm nagging them, even though they're always positive when they respond. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not nagging you. I just wanted to check in, blah, blah. They're like, no, you're not. I just forgot. Everybody's always nice, but it still is my hesitation. That's where I hesitate, is with the follow-ups. So that's definitely a weakness for myself too. But I'm working on it.
Well, I like how you're handling it. And I think that is to be, for you to recognize, because for me, because I've had such a history in sales, I've been in sales for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And that you would think would come more naturally in this job. And this is what Curtis and I talk about. He's like, oh, you should be great at this. And I'm like, the difference is that in sales, yes, you're focused on the customer's needs, but you handle it a little differently. I don't know. Maybe once I learn how to get more comfortable in my skin talking to people following up here, I'll be able to carry that over into my other job.
Yeah.
Better, or vice versa. But it is more of a flow. You make a phone call, you do an email, you can swing by, whatever, and then you keep coming around. Don't mean to bother you. I understand you're busy, but blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
So this is more personable.
Exactly.
Different, and so so to transition from that into this, sometimes something gets lost in translation, and that's where I end up. And I hear what you're saying, and I'm like, why doesn't that come more naturally? And I know it will. I know.
Yes. It's just practice. It just takes us practice. And
Right.
usually, like today, I went through and did all the follow-ups. Like I'm at SC4, so I'm like trying hard to get to 6. So I went through and I got to a point where I'm like just following, like typing and going. And, the first few were like, oh God, I hate doing this. But after a few follow-ups, then I was okay with it. So I just have to force myself into it. And once I get going, then I'm fine. It's just getting started, and another weakness of mine, you said one of your strengths is posting regularly. That's one of my weaknesses. I've never been good at being a regular poster. Like some days I'll post 5 times, and then other days, like today, I've only posted, I think, once. And it gets like all of a sudden I looked, I'm like, it's 4:30, I haven't posted yet. Oh my gosh, like what am I going to post? So I need to figure out a system for that, because I need to be more regular for sure.
Now, as much as I say that, I'm going to be honest. There are days I post once, and other days I post 3 times. My goal is 3 times.
Yes.
Once usually I start in the evening if I don't get up in time to get my workout in the morning, but get up in the morning and say something, and usually at night and sometime in the evening. And I do try to do different things. I'm trying to be relatable, but also show a recipe or do a recipe.
I know, there's just so much. Right. And then you don't want to overload. It's a hard balance. Yeah.
My goal is 3 blogs a week, 3 lives a week, and then also 3 recipes sprinkled in there, and then motivation, something that's encouraging and motivating or uplifting or something of that.
That's just cool. It's like the power of 3s, but with posting.
Right.
Yeah. Huh. That's a good idea. I got a system plan in my head just from you saying that.
That's why we're working together.
Power of 3s posting. Okay, cool. And so my goals for August is to hit SC10, sign up 3 to 4 coaches. I'll be happy with 3, but I don't like to just say an odd number, so I'm going to say 4. Weird, huh? And that's pretty much it. Just I know if I have those goals, then I'm going to bust my balls doing everything else. So, but just really focus on, I need to get my team building up again. When I got pregnant in March, I was weaning off of an anti-anxiety medication, and it was a very, very rough withdrawal. So I was going through that, and then I got pregnant, and then I had really bad morning sickness. So there were 3 months where I was extremely ill and missed Success Club and just didn't do much with my business. And it definitely has come down. I mean, I still have my star diamond status, which is nice, but it's like teetering. I could easily drop to emerald in a day, so I just need to build that up again. So right now I am just like talking to as many people, adding as many friends, and just going through the 81 system over and over and over and over and over again, just to get my feet going again. So that's my goal for August, is just to take off.
You're going to, because I can feel the passion in you and the drive. So you're going to.
Thank you. Yeah, it came back. Yay. I was nervous.
No, it's back.
It's really hard. And I think the hardest part is you see other people going through harder things and they're still succeeding, and you're like, what's wrong with me? Even though that's bad thinking, that's a mindset thing. It's really hard not to compare yourself to others, so that really got to me. Yeah. So I've gotten over it, and I'm moving on, and I'm excited now. So now I just got to get going again.
So are you reaching out to, you said friends, building your friends. Are you just doing that through your ads? Or are you doing that through just friend requesting other friends?
I do it through my like page. I am not running any ads right now because my pay went down, and I left my dental hygiene job to do this full time. So when I was sick, my pay went down. So I stopped running ads. So now what I'm doing is I've been sharing more videos on my like page that are funny mom videos or memes, because that's just who I attract usually, is moms. And then I go through that, and whoever likes that, I invite them to like my page. Once they like my page, I send them a friend request, and I just say, hey, this is Jill from Mama's Losing It. Thanks so much for liking my page. I have a whole thing that I just copy and paste. I'll put that in there.
Thank you.
My friend ad. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. My friend ad script. And then the very end is, do you like health and fitness too? Or something, some kind of question. And then they usually answer back. And they're like, yeah, I love health and fitness. Or no, blah, 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 I'm working on it. And it just gets the conversation going right away. So I try to add 5 people a day. They don't always add me back though. I send out 5 requests a day, maybe 3 will add me back. So
are you talking about people who already who are already your friends that you're requesting to like your page, or these, how are you?
I will show you. Let me screen share. This is something that is like I've been doing for years and years, and it's really how I've built my audience. Hold on. So this is my page, Mama's Losing It. So I literally just go through. I haven't posted much today, like I said, so I don't have very many new people to add. But I go down, and I just see, like, this post got 6 likes. So I click on whoever liked it. And if they didn't like my page already, it would say invite next to their name. So I would click invite. So this lady didn't like my page, so I clicked invited today. Let me do one thing a minute. I'll get my script, and I'll just do a couple while we're here. Get some work done.
I need to get an Evernote account too.
Oh my gosh, this is like my life.
Yeah.
If Evernote ever like just erased everything, I would be really out of luck. Okay, so this is what I send to them when I'm adding from a like page. It says, hey, this is Jill Gorby from Mama's Losing It page with Jill Gorby on Facebook. And I wanted to personally reach out and say hello and thank you for liking my page and for your support. I added you as a friend so we could stay connected better. What are some topics that interest you to learn more about on my page? And are you currently working on any health and fitness goals of your own, Jill? So I just copy and paste that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'll put that in our group, and you are more than welcome to use it. I got it from somebody else. I
Thank
don't know
you.
who, but somebody somewhere posted it once, and I liked it. So
Oh, that's perfect. That is so
yeah.
perfect. So,
So then I would go in here, and this lady, for some reason, you can't message her, and she lives in Italy. That's
yeah,
not
that's
UK,
Italy. That's
huh?
Italy. Yep.
So UK is Italy?
No,
No, no, Italy's not. Not that I wouldn't add her, but I like to be able to message her. But I'm gonna send her a friend request and then go to her page and message her right from here. And I just paste it like that, and then go back. So
love
I
that.
do that throughout all of my posts.
I had one person. Now, my challenge is that I don't have many people that look at my page outside of my friends. So
Yep.
that's, I mean, I love that idea. That's why I need to kind of figure out how to, like you said, maybe
Build your page.
build my page.
Yep. I would maybe reach out to a few of your close friends and ask if they wouldn't mind sharing a post every now and then from your page to their page. And, and if it's a really close friend or a sister or something, and you know that they have people that are following them that would probably benefit from your page, just ask, like, hey, if you ever feel like helping me out, what you could do that's really simple is just share some of my posts from my like page. That would be so helpful.
That's a great
Start
idea.
that way and start reaching out. Another way that I do things or add people, I don't do this often, but I'll go into the search bar and I'll say friends of friends who like, I don't know, what's a show that I like? I like Criminal Minds. Friends of friends who like Criminal Minds. So I'll go through, and this takes a little bit longer. And I'll look and I'll see. So here's somebody that is friend. Oh, she's friends with a whole bunch of my coach friends, so I won't add her. Mindy Wender. Cool.
Yeah, I know Mindy.
Yes. So I go through here, and if they look like somebody that I could get along with, I add them as a friend, and I just send them a message. I always send a message when I send a friend request because I hate random friend requests to myself. But I just say, hey, it looks like we have some friends in common. Facebook thought we should be friends. Hope you don't mind the random ad, smiley face. And sometimes they accept and sometimes they don't.
You have a script for that too?
Yeah, yes, I can put that in there for sure. Different ways that I add friends. Some people, what has never worked for me very well, but groups, if you're in any specific groups for specific things, I don't know, like one group that Anita always gets people from is she uses cloth diapers. So she's in a lot of cloth diapering groups. So she'll go in there and add friends. The hard part with that is you kind of have to be active in the group. Like you can't just start adding people because you can get blocked and removed. So you have to be a little bit more cautious with that. And I don't have a lot of time in my day to be active in a ton of groups. Besides the ones that I run. I hardly have time for those. So I don't do that way very often, but that's another way to add. And sometimes I do. I'm in a couple, like I love coupons and stuff, so I'm in a couple of those. And if I see somebody post and I have an answer to what they're asking, instead of answering the message in the group, I'll message them personally. Be like, hey, I'm in this group with you. You asked this question. I thought I'd just message you personally really quick. And I've added a few friends that way. So
I'm in a Bible study group and I haven't really participated. In fact, that Unashamed was from that Bible study group I'm in.
Oh, cool.
2 studies ago, and I never participated in it.
Yeah.
So there's one coming up at August 20th, and I am going to participate in that. But I can participate in the group. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, what a missed opportunity. Now I can get on board and just start participating a little bit more during the week. All it takes is a few minutes to just kind of check the
Yeah.
and just like you said, reaching out to people. If there's a prayer request or need or something I can have an
Exactly.
start to build relationships.
Yes. And those people, I mean, I don't invite them to anything for a long time. Once they're my friend, it takes a while for me before I invite them even to an event page. Just because I don't want to be the girl that's like, oh, she added me and then immediately invited me to whatever. That's really a big turnoff. So it takes a while, but that's why you got to do it every single day. And the people that I'm finally talking to now are people I've been friends with for 5 to 6 months that have been watching me.
Right.
Why, when I was so sick, that's why you just get so far behind, because you don't do all of this stuff every day. It really makes a difference if you're consistent.
Yes.
It's huge.
And that's I think one of my struggles too, is the consistency, because like I said, a little background history with me. When I started, I didn't, my upline coach is all beach body.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And so I promoted that way. And I know I burned a lot of bridges with my community. And so I did that for 6 months, and I literally put my all into that. I followed, what's her name, Christine Dwyer, and of course, Shailene and Janelle. And when I did that, I got overwhelmed with too much information.
Yes.
And then I pulled back, and I literally took a year off. Last year, I didn't do much with my business. I mean, I had a few people get in, and I did help Aisha, my coach, and I helped a few other people, but I didn't put much time or effort into my life page or into anything, blog, nothing. Like, I'm paying for this and I put nothing into it.
Yeah.
So in January, I said, I'm going to get my website ninjafied, and honestly,
there's so much though. And I'm very thankful for it, and I love it. So I'm just taking it one step at a time. But every page I want to kind of change and make my own and take away some of the Beachbody-ish stuff. But that's just going to take time. And that is, honestly, it's not my top priority right now.
Yes.
Right now, my top priority is doing my vital behaviors every single day. And that's why I really liked 81, because what was getting hard for me was one of the vital behaviors is inviting, but I didn't want to cold invite anymore. I'm like, I don't like cold inviting. I don't think it's worth it. So I like how now part of my vital behaviors is forming people. And then after 2 weeks of forming them, then I invite them to watch my story video. So now I can do my invites again, and I don't feel like I'm cold inviting people,
Right.
So what it sounds like is maybe simplifying everything that you're doing. So I have a list on my fridge. I'll post a picture of it. I'm writing that down a minute.
When you're setting up your group, like I wanted to set up a group to start August 14th, but literally I haven't done an ad. I haven't reached out to those 26 people, that I told you about, because I wanted for this to start forming. I don't know that I have enough time.
Yes. If you have 2 weeks, you can reach out to those.
Okay.
Yeah. Heck yeah. You have plenty of time. Just start doing it, maybe reach out to 5 of them a day and have that, now for the next 14 days, reach out to 5 of them a day, consistently, and don't stop. Because then by August 14th, you'll have reached out to all of them at least twice. And then they'll start talking back, and you'll have these conversations. And for me, I don't ask them to watch the video, my story video, until we made a connection, So there's a few of them on my list of 30 whenever I start where I've reached out to them 2 or 3 times and they've never responded, and I move them to a different list. And I don't even mention the my story thing, because I'm like, apparently they're not interested in me and they don't have a connection yet. So I'll have to talk to them later. So usually my 30 gets down to 22, 24.
Okay.
People. And then I invite 5 a day. And I pick a new 30 every 2 weeks.
A new 30 people to reach out to.
Yep.
Every 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then, okay, so you said something just a second ago, and I lost my thought on it.
Sure.
It
I was
was
talking about a to-do list.
okay.
To-do list. So what I have is just a little whiteboard on my fridge, a magnetic like whiteboard, and I have my daily to-do list. They are my vital behaviors. It's written out a little bit more detailed, and I have to do those every single day. I have to check them all off by the end of the day. And I started doing that because my husband would sometimes get home from work and be like, how did you not get anything done? And I'm like, it's been so busy, you know, like blah, blah, blah. So now he can come home from work and he can look at that list and know exactly where I'm at in my day. Is she stressed out because nothing's checked off? Or is she happy because they're all checked off? You know, like you kind of can gauge where I'm at with my work day. But I put it in order of like priorities for me. So I have to get all of those done before I do anything else shiny object wise. So like writing a blog, working on my website, doing fun stuff. To me, that's the fun stuff that you want to do. I can't do any of that until my to-do list is done. And some days it gets done by 10 in the morning, and other days at 10 at night. and like sleeping while I'm doing it, you know, but just keeping it really simple, making that list simple, and then doing it every single day is huge.
Would you be willing to share how you've tweaked your 81?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. I haven't taken 81 in a while. I took it in the beginning a couple years ago. In fact, I was one of the OGs, one of the originals.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So when it comes to, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. When it comes to doing the 81, I know it's changed a little bit.
Okay.
And since then. And so I'm not sure exactly in what way it's changed. I know that a few of the questions are different, that my story, my journey is a little bit different.
Okay.
I do know that that's different, but I'm just not sure. Like the scripting for me was a little, you know, in the beginning at least, a little like not very friendly. It didn't feel.
Yeah, it's still like that. I changed a lot of the words my way. And, you know, I've changed a lot of it kind of.
It followed the Eric Worre, you know, philosophy, which is okay. I get that, but I'm like, oh, do you have time now, or whatever, you know?
I don't really see that. So what I use, I haven't gotten on board with Curtis's tracking system yet, just because I have my own tracking system that I've been using for years, and I'm terrified to switch because it works for me. It's one of my systems. And so I haven't switched yet. I probably will someday, but I'm not ready yet. So I use Streak. Have you seen Streak before?
I have. I do have Curtis's system, and it's been in place for some time now. And in fact, I just did more videos last night, and I've still got to set up the campaigns. I have some of my old customers in there, but I don't have any new people in just yet because I don't have my campaigns. Like my task list says you've got 23 people, you know, sitting in your, you know, just sitting there, nothing's being done.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I've got to figure out time, you know, but I only have so much time because I do this in the evening. So
exactly. And that's like, I would love to switch over to it because I really do feel like it would benefit me.
Mm-hmm.
But that will be a major project for OCD me. So I'm just going to keep this until it's on my list of projects that I will get to. But I'm going to show this really quick, and then I got to go because my battery's going to die, one, on my computer, and my charger's 2 stories up. And 2, I have to follow up with a couple more people. But what I just do is, so these are my new friends from the past 2 weeks that accepted. So I'm in the process of like just getting to know them. But I always have 30 people in my form section, and I'm on week 2 of forming them and getting to know them. Event invite. So after you form them for 2 weeks, you create an event and you invite those 30 people to the event. And I make it like a challenge group event. So I word it differently than what Jim Rumps had us word it. I describe a challenge group and that kind of stuff. So once they're in the event invite, then the next step is to invite them to watch your My Story video. And so that's step 2 is what I call it. When they say that they'll watch it, I send them the video and the assessment and the survey. So that's right here. I move them down. And then step 4 is when we're talking about their survey, going through their survey. Step 5 is I give them options for programs. Usually it's all access. No, there's not many other options really. And then I send them a link. And then I have, these are my follow-up 2s, which means I've sent them the ringer. I don't know if you remember that, but it's a specific follow-up.
Yeah.
And if they haven't responded, then I'm going to send them another follow-up in a week and ask if next month would be better. And then these are people I'm going through the coaching script with. These are people who want next month. The rest of it I have to figure out. I'm switching my system right now because I just went through 81. So it's my old system and my new system put together. But basically that's what I do. So I just today finished inviting people to watch my video from the event page that I set up 2 weeks ago. So that means Monday I'm going to have to start inviting people that I've been forming. And once I invite all 30, then I'm going to move 30 more people into that form section. So I just keep them going through my funnel system.
Okay. So when I have 2 weeks, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
So when I have 2 weeks till my group starts, and if it takes 2 weeks to form before inviting, and I'm inviting, I mean,
you could form them all in a week.
True.
You know, and
set the process down this month and then kind of stay on board for next month.
Yeah. Some people will take 2 weeks to form and some people will start talking to you right away.
Yeah.
You know, if they're starting to talk to you right away, then just go right into it. Just go with the flow, you know.
Are you starting conversations via Facebook comments? And then after the comments, you do the Facebook Messenger? How do you do it?
I only do Facebook Messenger.
Okay, so you just start asking how they're doing or what's going on?
Yeah, I look at, like, if, say I was going to form you. Say I was like, oh, Carol's on my list. Let me go see what she's up to. I'll go look at your page and see what you have going on. And if there's, like, if you just went on vacation or if you posted a healthy recipe or I don't know, something, I'll message you and be like, hey, Carol, how was your vacation? It looks like you had fun. Or, hey, I just noticed that you posted this really good spaghetti squash recipe. Have you tried that yet? Because a lot of people just share stuff. So it's hard to start a conversation. So I try to, like, ask them, did you actually try that? Because it looks really good. And then I just start talking to them like normal. And then once the conversation kind of dies down, you know, after a few days of, like, getting to know them, then I say, hey, can I just ask you a quick favor? And they're usually like, yeah, what's up? And then I say, I have this event that I invited you to, and I created a video that's really special to me and a survey, a health survey. Would you mind taking it? And they're usually like, yeah, send it over. And then I send it and we talk from there.
I tried that method, the 81 from the original. I had like nobody. I had a lot of people who watched my video and then it was crickets. So I think for me, that's why, you know, when I hear people say, yeah, 81, and of course I sent my coach there, then when it doesn't work, it's like, but I tried it twice. So I'm like, okay. But I
went through the whole, it's like 6 weeks. And you know, he's like, everybody, you know, at Success Club, blah, blah. I didn't get one sale in those 6 weeks from 81. But now I'm at SC4 because of 81, what I started like 8 weeks ago. So I am a firm believer in consistency over time makes it happen. So I think if you stay consistent with it, it will work. And tweak it as you need. You know, like if whatever the wording was that he had you using, if you don't like it, then change it to how you like it. You know, a lot of times he didn't have an introduction like, hey, it was just, I'm following up with you and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like straightforward. So I'm like, I don't talk like that. So
Right.
I would change it to just what I would say. Like, hey girl, hope you don't mind a quick follow-up. We were talking about your health survey and I would love to continue talking about it if you get a moment. Or, hey, I know you're really busy with kids. Trust me, I am too. If we get a moment, let's find some mom time to talk about this survey, and just kind of make it sound like you a little bit more and try it again. I think it's a good process. I really do.
You're right. I think it's just about tweaking the verbiage to me. And I think sometimes I get hung up on that. Like,
and send it to us. Like, in our team cup group, like, does this sound like an okay follow-up or whatever? We'll all help you. That's what we're here for.
no,
And
that's
most
great.
of the time, what you say, we're going to be like, yeah, that sounds good, because we overanalyze everything we want to say.
That's true. I agree.
I do the same thing. Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Okay. So I have a few things that I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I have a few things that I wrote down while we were talking that I would share. So I'll be sharing those into the group today and tomorrow. And then I will post this recording in case the other girls want to watch it or if we want to watch it again.
great.
And let's get together. I'll ask another poll in the group maybe every Sunday night.
I'm game.
Through August. I mean, I think it'd be good to continue talking for sure.
I think so too. When I was on a team cup before, it was within my Beachbody coaches group.
Yeah.
And everyone is promoting Beachbody, Beachbody, Beachbody. And I just was like, no. And, I still can't do it. Year and a half later, I've tried coaching her on getting away from promoting Beachbody and coaching herself. And she'll say, yeah. But then she's like,
yeah, she doesn't get it.
yeah. And so do what's working. If that's what's working for her, I get it. But it's just, it's not my style. It's
exactly. Everybody has their own style. Absolutely.
It's true. I look back I had these old posts come up on my memory wall or whatever from Facebook that showed size and 21-day fix and containers. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was so not me. And that's why it looked like spam and advertisement and not being me and showing people what my struggles are and what I'm doing.
Exactly. I totally agree.
I am going to work on, I did a couple videos today and maybe I'll send those to you, workout videos, but I've got to add them in an ad and they're horrible because I just don't know how to get the lighting.
No, don't say they're horrible. At another call, I'll go over anything that I can about how I've done ads. I'm not a genius at all, but they've become pretty successful. And you'll see my videos. They are not anything special. Literally like bad angles, bad lighting, and they work. So
well, good. That's all that matters. I need them to work because I don't really have the money right now, but I'm going to put out the money because I know I'm going to get something out of it.
Yep.
And I'm going to do the like thing and just see, if there is anyone that liked my post that isn't on my friends list or whatever.
Yeah.
Just see what I could do. And I'm going to try and get a like ad going kind of based off what you were talking about. Just make it me.
Yes, for sure. A like ad is huge. Yeah. And then whoever likes that video ad that you have, that's when you invite them to like your page, or when they like your page, you send them a friend request and that message that I'm going to share with you guys. That's a really good way to find friends. So, okay, I got to let you go. Thank you very much for getting on tonight. It was nice to see you face to face.
I'm so thankful. I'm excited.
I'm excited for this whole month, and any questions whatsoever, we'll go back and forth. There is no, I don't like to say there's a leader, we're all leaders and we all have really good ideas. So let's all just share with each other and help each other, work as a team. Okay. You have a good night, Carol. Thanks for getting on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a great night too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.